Welcome guys to another episode of Board Games, episode 2. I hope you guys like this series. We love making them for you guys. But we have a very special guest, like always. But first, let's do the introductions. My name is David.
My name is DVxSR.
And our special guest for today is
Kroehler.
So we do have a special guest, Rob, and he was kind, to come to the studio and actually record a cool episode of Board Games. So we're gonna have a bunch of fun. We're gonna discuss about all your music and just what you do in general. And I hope you guys enjoy it as well. But today's board game of today
is gonna be Uno, classic game Uno. If you haven't played this, and I don't know, maybe you didn't have a childhood, but the way you play this, basically, you are gonna set down a card. Each player gets 7 cards. The objective is to get rid of all your cards. So, for example, let's say you set down a 2. You have your 7 cards. You can either place a 2, same number, or it has to be the same color. Now, there are special cards like the +4 card, and if you set this down, you get to choose the color you want. So you either change the color or you just basically set that down and that's your card. But the next player does draw 4. It all depends on what the power of the card is.
So the +4 card, because I apparently didn't have a childhood either.
Yeah, okay.
I was like a big, I was a big Clue guy.
Oh, okay. I never actually played that game.
Oh yeah, I loved it. But anyway, so on the +4.
Yeah.
So if I have a +4 and you put down that, it's like it acts as a wild card, like it acts as like
it's a wild card. So there's a wild card and there's also a +4 card. They kind of do the same thing. They change the color or either act as the color.
Or they act as the color. So if you I have a +4 and you play a red, I can smack it down. Anyway.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. But the +4 does add 4 cards onto the next player's hand, and it skips their turn.
So it's even better than a wild card.
It's even better than a wild card.
Gets
Exactly.
the next guy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Now,
gotcha.
the last thing you forgot to mention is the Uno. What's the Uno for?
Uno. The name is significant because if a player, let's say he has 2 cards, if he lays down a card and he only has 1 card left, if he forgets to yell Uno and someone else does it for him, then he has to draw 2 extra cards.
Before we get into your new music, first I'd like to, see us to your origins.
I've been playing music. I've been playing music my whole life, basically, since I started playing music when I was 12. So I've been in a ton of bands and projects over the years and involved in a lot of different things. But as far as local kind of things I've done, the first real kind of local band that I did that kind of actually started doing well, I guess you could say, was a band called the Love Blisters, and that was we started that band in 2002, and we went till 2009, roughly, and we did real well. I mean, we were pretty, I guess you could say a pretty prominent local band, and we started getting some regional following or whatever, but it just kind of that band got a little stale, what was happening with it, and me and my one of my dear friends, this guy Ryan, him and I wanted to keep going, but we just felt like we needed a fresh start. That's a long story short. So we kind of regrouped and kind of changed the name to Ladylike, and it was very similar. It was in a pretty seamless transition, and then we did Ladylike for a few years, and then that band just kind of very sort of amicably sort of just kind of fell apart. But I still am writing. I've been writing music my whole life, so I needed to. That's where I released that song just to kind of put the feelers out. Okay, do I still want to keep putting music out or whatever? And then I didn't even know. The New Times they just wrote about it. I didn't even know. Yeah. They didn't even tell me. Cool. Yeah, so, awesome. But yeah, so Ladylike's been done for probably almost 2 years now, and I've just been doing lots of other random projects, but I'm not in a band that's doing that's real active.
Yeah,
right now.
Okay. Yeah. Make sure that no one can see your cards.
Okay.
By make sure no one, I mean me, because I'll look at your cards. If you don't have a card, then you have to actually draw until you get that card. So you can grab 20 cards until you get a green.
This is brutal.
Yeah, it is.
Rob, we gotta watch out.
Bad luck.
We gotta watch out for DVxSR. He's cheating out here.
Yeah, I want to see how you shuffle that deck.
That's actually the skip card, so that skips a person's turn. So now I got skipped and your turn.
So and I can match color or whatever.
Yeah. Or symbol.
Sneakily just placing all his cards already.
Oh, it's actually my turn.
Oh shoot! Is it your turn? My bad. Sorry. Oh yeah, you saw my.
I already know what's coming.
I'll put
same
red.
Red. Thank God.
I got you.
Hold
on, what are you doing?
I got a little ahead of myself.
Come on.
It's amazing how this game is far more complex than it looks. I'm still confused.
Apparently, it's a game for 2-year-olds.
That's Rob's review.
Yeah.
More complicated than
Don't be deceived, dude. Yeah.
Any piece piece of advice that you learned like when you were growing up, and as to when you were getting that mentorship that helped you a lot grow as a musician, as an artist?
Well, yeah. I mean, I would say first of all, don't try and go it alone. There's always somebody out there who's got a few years on you and maybe a lot more experience, and you should try and surround yourself with those people. Like, I've always enjoyed, like, my most enriching kind of musical experiences are when I genuinely feel like I'm the worst player in the room, or like I'm the least experienced, because I'm just like, oh dude, I'm soaking it in. I'm like around people who are maybe a little older, who have more experience, and everyone's got different skill sets and brings different things to the table. But it's just always, for me, it's always been, if you can surround yourself with people who have more experience than you, more knowledge about something than you, then you're gonna catch up a lot more quickly than if you try and go it alone. You know what I mean? You're gonna grow more quickly, I think. So for starters, have the humility and have the sense to, like, surround yourself with people who are better than you. Yeah. At something, and then you're gonna get good quick.
Yeah. And
I think that's a big part of it.
I think that what I like about that, and I like when bringing artists here, because we kind of learn, and I think these advices and this conversation helps not only in, like, let's say you're a musician or an artist, but it helps with life in general, I feel like. Because I know with us per se, when we first started here, when we were first doing YouTube and stuff like that, we kind of latched on to people that were already doing YouTube, like, prior to us.
Yeah.
And we kind of, gained some knowledge from that.
So you're doing it too, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I think that advice kind of goes on to everything in life and stuff like that.
I think sometimes what you run into is, like, and maybe this is just me being the old guy who's like, kids, but, like, you get, I think what you get is if you get kids who are, like, precocious or, like, good at something at a young age, they get arrogant.
I also hear that it might be sometimes that's the downfall of these, like, young kids. They get really cocky because they actually are really good, but the fact that they're so good at such a young age, they feel like they don't really have to put effort anymore, because
they feel like they don't need mentorship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, sometimes even the worst player can grow up to be the best player.
Totally.
Just because he works extra hard.
I feel like I think that should be, like, the journey type of thing. Like, I know, for example, like, our videos aren't necessarily, like, the best, but I think it's all the journey, and you should kind of, like, enjoy the journey to get to there.
And the spirit of what you guys are doing and your work ethic, I mean, that's what it's about. And like you were saying a second ago, like, it doesn't, I don't think it really matters. Like, talent is such a, first of all, it's such a subjective word, and second of all, like, it's not even the real factor. Like you said, it's your drive, it's your work ethic, it's your determination, and it's your spirit of why you're doing something. All those things are way more important than, like, natural talent, because what does that even mean?
Let's just get into your single. I think that's that's one of the biggest things as to why we reached out to you.
Well, the name of the single is Days Before the Feed. You have a Bandcamp where we saw that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's like Bandcamp/Rob Kroehler.
Yeah, Robert, I can't remember. It's kind of an interesting thing, because this is, I mean, I'm super excited that people are, like, responding to it, because I just kind of, like I was telling you, like, Ladylike kind of, we didn't break up, but kind of the band just kind of fell apart a couple of years ago. But I was still writing a bunch of music, and I had so I decided to pick 3 tunes that I was really excited about, that I was proud of or whatever, and just do really high quality recordings with them. Yeah. But knowing that I didn't have, like, a band, I wasn't gonna be gigging these songs out or performing them live too much, maybe, but that wasn't the main focus. It was more just like, okay, I'm gonna pick 3 songs and just kind of put them out there, and said, put the feelers out to see if, like, hey, can we get the song in a movie or whatever. One of the songs ended up getting picked up, so I shelved it. And then the other 2, the other one I haven't released yet, but the other one, The Days Before the Feed, I did release, and I just kind of put it out there, and I was like, let's just see what happens, and if I get a good response or whatever, I'll keep putting more out. And obviously, like, a big part of it is I'll just get exposure and get my tunes out there, but also, frankly, to make a little bit of money to make more tunes, because it costs money. Like,
exactly.
Make a few bucks off iTunes. I mean, I'm not gonna make a ton of money off that tune, but make a few bucks off iTunes doesn't hurt. Get some spins on Spotify, whatever, and then just maybe kind of keep the momentum going.
When you're writing the songs or any songs, like, what was your main inspiration?
So that song is kind of a it's like a 2-part thing. So lyrically, it's like. So lyrically, it's like a letter to my daughter who's just turned 3, and then that's the beginning of the song. But the last verse turns the attention to my wife, because it's kind of basically saying, like, the first half of the song is basically saying, listen, no matter how much, because, like, she's 3, and it's like, just think about, I mean, quick tangent, but think about, like, the way the world's going and with technology and things like that, and, like, I'm just, like, trying to envision what the world's going to look like when she's 21 or whatever. You know what I mean? In terms of, like. And we're moving more and more and more to this world where people are, like, hiding behind personas online or whatever, or like they're living in front of a computer screen. And there's a lot of great things about technology. I'm not knocking it, but there's also like there's something that can never be substituted for like human touch, human interaction, being face to face with another human being. Like you can never replace that, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And the song is kind of just a plea to her to like, no matter how crazy the world gets or whatever, don't lose sight of the fact that like we're human beings, and like you're gonna like the love and the most deepest connection you can have is just being with a human being in a physical sense. I'm not saying sexually or whatever. I'm just saying just, but like being around other people, like because don't alienate yourself and don't hide from the world.
Yeah.
And then it turns the attention to my wife at the end of the song, and basically it's her like, this is a reminder for you and me too, to like not get so wrapped up in whatever that we forget, we lose sight of each other. So that's kind of the gist of the song. The Days Before the Feed is like me reminiscing about like what life was like before, when I was a kid growing up, and like there was no such thing as Facebook or like or Twitter or like or YouTube for that matter. Like there's no, I mean, it was like what'd you do on a Friday night? You went out and just hung out with your friends and had conversation and sat face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if people still do that, obviously, but like it's moving away from that.
Yeah, it is moving away from that. Me and my brother, we always have deep conversations about this. Maybe not deep, just us complaining really about how technology has evolved so that people don't really have to even leave their house anymore.
Right.
And I mean, it can be a good thing for you. You know, you can make friends online, but it can also be a bad thing because you kind of lose that social, those social skills and
right.
You know.
And I also liked about getting off on the topic of technology. I liked like your album cover, the single art cover.
Oh yeah.
It's you and your daughter. I'm assuming.
It's my wife and my daughter.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a picture of them. Like it's my wife bending down, like they're playing on the beach. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I love how it all ties together, and I love that you did that.
That's exactly why I picked that picture, is because the song is to them. You know what I mean? And it's them kind of. I mean, that's that picture typified to me what we're talking about. Like you can't replace that.
Exactly.
Like you can't replace like that's like a perfect moment where like just that love and that connection of just being with somebody in a special moment, doing something uniquely beautiful like that in the world.
This is an advertisement. I'm on YouTube. Apparently the song is on YouTube too.
The song's on YouTube?
Yeah, I guess someone put it up.
No, well, I thought I told you last night. Yeah, on this, I think indie radio.
Really?
Got it? I thought you knew.
No, I had no idea.
I thought you submitted it. That's why.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, but this indie radio station posts like I think weekly. I think of top songs.
Really?
Yeah. So
I had no idea.
Yeah. So now he knows. YouTube really likes it as well.
Thanks, guys. I do actually remember the first time I got into a recording studio. I was 13.
Wow.
And are we still going green, man?
Yeah.
It was the most. I was hooked. Like I was hooked. I remember like I was in like. So I was like in like a little church band where some of my buddies like growing up in church or whatever. Like some of my buddies and I started like an alternative band. It was like in 7th grade, and there was a guy that we knew that had a recording studio. Is my turn?
Yeah.
And he let us come record some songs for free, and it was the coolest thing in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, oh, this is what I'm doing. I'm done. Like, forget it.
Like we read a book that I think everyone, how do you say it? It talks about how like your life's goal is to find kind of like your mission here on earth. You know?
Right.
You know, I don't know if like you're spiritual or religious, but you know, I seriously believe like. I think God blessed me and my brother because I feel like we knew from a young age as to what, you know, our mission in life was and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, you know, it's like we're just doing our own mission here, like creating cool things. Like I enjoy this. Like this is like I seriously love what we're doing here.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's really cool.
And it's like kind of like you, how you got hooked onto like, you know, once you were in there.
Yeah.
Like you already knew.
Wait, so my turn?
No, it's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a smart move, dude. So if you get down to one, you say Uno. When you get down to one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I just skipped you. I skipped you.
Oh!
I skipped you. So now it's your
That's
turn.
how it's I was looking at my cards.
It's like Uno.
Oh no, that's a blue.
Wait.
That's a blue one.
Oh shoot! I was too excited. I was too excited. So I have to draw.
Yeah. So you got the yellow.
Oh, but look at that bones.
Oh, god damn it.
Uno.
Alright.
Red.
Damn.
I can honestly say that I haven't played Uno in many years, and I don't think I've ever played this intensive a game.
Come on, man. Yeah,
Wait. I got. So I get skipped anyway.
Yeah, I get skipped anyway.
Yeah. I'm gonna figure this game out at some point.
Come on, I had one card.
You did.
Does it happen?
Yeah. That's the way it works.
But it's kind of cool how do you how it doesn't kind of bug you that you listen to your own stuff. Because personally, like me, I don't really like looking at our own videos personally. Because I like criticizing myself a lot, and I'm like, oh, I could have done this. I could have done this.
But you know what? I think it's weird. It's a weird. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting dynamic because on the one hand, you know, you do listen to your own music or your own art, and you're going to be critical, and you're going to hear things you don't like that bother you. But I also, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't write it. I mean, I like that song. I mean, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't have put it out in the world if I didn't like it, and I didn't, you know. I think it's people like sometimes go, oh, you know, whatever. But come on, if you like your own music sometimes, you know, and that's okay. I think that's a good thing.
Wait, Uno?
Oh, you! I did have Uno.
What is it like? Because it's already your turn.
So wait.
Does that work? I thought we had to do it at his turn.
Huh?
I thought we had to say it at his turn in his turn.
No, just as long as he doesn't say it.
It's crazy how like that's the whole point of the game, and it just totally snuck up on me.
Well, you just get one card now.
So I have to draw
2 cards. Yeah, you draw 2 cards.
I'll draw, even while you're going or whatever.
Yeah, but I have to draw 2 because I don't have green.
Okay.
So that kind of sucks.
After all those cards?
Dude, I know. This sucks.
I'll put green, but you get 4.
I feel like this game is gonna go on for another like 20 minutes. Yeah, I don't have what yellow.
Then you said green.
No, red. I said red.
Oh,
You
okay.
did? I think you said green.
Green? I said green?
You said green, I'm pretty sure.
I said green.
No, it's too late. It's too late. You already said that.
Whatever. Let's go with it.
Any inspirations for you, Rob, per se? When you're creating music?
Well, you know, I mean, like, I guess inspiration can come from anywhere, but I feel like it just depends. I think the songwriting process to me is not very. You can't put a formula on it. It can kind of start in any way. It could be like a little like guitar hook that you come up with, or like a lyric that pops into your head, or a melody that pops in your head, or I just sit down at a piano and a chord voicing strikes me a certain way, and then the ball gets rolling, and that can inspire me. But sometimes you just roll your sleeves up and work, even if you don't feel inspired, because I feel like sometimes if you just dig in and start working, you will become inspired as you get going. You know what I mean? Because you're like, oh, I'm doing it. I'm working. Okay, I'm just gonna sit down at the piano until like something clicks. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you work to become inspired. I feel like that's usually how it ends up working out. You know what I mean?
All right. Okay.
Okay. We're off and running. Ooh.
Uno! Oh, yes! That sucks.
Oh man, let's.
What card does he have?
What are you gonna choose?
I think you know what.
No, I don't know. What color should I pick?
We can.
We gotta call a friend, like.
Phone a friend.
Phone a friend.
I'll say blue.
Damn!
Beginner's luck. Beginner's
luck. But I just want to say that obviously Rob, our guest of honor, did win this
awesome.
episode of Board Games. But besides that, I just want to say thank you, Rob,
thank
for
you
coming
guys,
on to the
man.
show.
This is so cool. I love what you guys are doing. It's really
for
cool.
playing, board games with us. We learned a lot, and I hope you guys did too. But if you guys didn't get his information, where can they find you at? Where can they find your music?
That's actually a really good question. You can. I think my SoundCloud, my Bandcamp page is just bandcamp.com/Robert Kroehler. My last name's Kroehler. But I'm still my kind of like, I don't know if you want to call my solo career or whatever. Like, I don't really know. It's all kind of up in the air. I'm just kind of feeling things out right now. So more to come. You know what I mean? I don't think that I'm going to be starting any bands anytime soon, but I will keep putting music in the world, and I will probably start gigging again at some point. But right now, it's just getting it out there and like doing stuff like this. This is really fun. So just Google me.
We'll put all your links down below.
Okay, cool.
But if they want to ever chat up with you, do you have like a preferred social media that you like going through? That you speak to your fans about or anything?
No, I mean, I'm trying to like hop on the SoundCloud thing. Okay. I kind of like that, but I'm not really active on it. I mean, but if people hit me up, I'll respond to them on any way.
Yeah. We hit him up and he responded.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so definitely check out his music, check out everything. Rob's such a nice, guy and amazing musician. Anything else you want to say?
Just thank you so much if you are tuning in again. We love all the support, all the thumbs ups you guys give us. So go check out Days Before the Feed. Man.
Thank you guys for repping AZ too.
Thank you.
DVxSR presents Board Games. This is a game where we bring on local Arizona artists to just chat it up and play some board games. Today we're playing Sorry. But before that, as always, my name is DeBoygus.
This is David.